Hey everybody, it's Alice from Lone Design Club. I'm bringing you another designer interview from our Spitalfields International Women's Day store. Today I'm joined by Alana Wayne of Conflict of Ego, and we're just going to talk you through a little bit more about the brand, her inspiration, and what it's like to juggle being both a mother and a small business owner and designer in this modern world. So we'll start now. Thank you for joining me, Alana.
Hi.
So the brand is called Conflict of Ego.
Yep.
Talk us through the name.
Okay, so before I set up the brand, I used to be a buyer. So it was a conflict of interest to have your own brand or work for another company with a similar interest or a similar industry. So that's kind of where the name started out. So the reason that Conflict of Ego, because I wanted a brand that was about people and about being inclusive and we believe that life is a journey and not a destination. So actually the brand is about the ever-evolving self. So that's why we were saying like Conflict of Ego, because sometimes it can be conflictual about what's right, what's wrong, what you should do, like staying true to yourself. So that's kind of like where it came from, and also the fact that the pieces are versatile. So one day you could wear them more feminine, or you could be more straight. So it's very much about kind of changing your mood and life really, especially kind of with everything changing so much in the environment. So yeah, it's very about the ever-evolving self.
That's a great message. So when did you start the brand?
So I started at the end of 2016. So prior to that I was a buyer for about 6 or 7 years, and then I kind of got a bit frustrated with what was going on with the market, what was on offer, and I just wanted to create a brand which had meaning and also a conscious aspect as well. So what you were wearing, you knew that the quality was good and that you weren't going to see loads of people wearing the same designs.
Interesting. So we are wearing pieces from not the new collection that's about to drop, the one before.
Yeah, kind of, but yeah, you're right in the sense of when it did drop,
yeah.
But actually this piece is something that's carried over because we don't believe in seasons, so we don't believe that one piece should just be only have the life cycle of one season. So we've got rid of now of spring, summer and autumn, winter, and we just call them collection names, but you will actually see a rollover of key pieces from one collection to the next, and that's just to show really that pieces can go from generation to generation and they're still current. So I don't ever want somebody to think that the piece that they've got is not relevant anymore. So that's why we're doing it. And we do use lots of prints again, or aspects or certain shapes as well. We've done this shape before in a different print. So yeah, so you'll see things continue, which I think it's good because it's familiarity for people.
No, definitely. And I mean, what's so important about trying to be as sustainable as possible is something that after 6 months it isn't going to just be at the back of someone's wardrobe. I mean, all these pieces are timeless, they're still fashion forward, great colours, great message, but you'll have it forever.
Yeah.
And the quality is important to you too.
Yeah.
So what sort of materials do you use? How do you source them?
Yeah, so quality is kind of one of the most important things for me when I'm thinking about design and the production element. And thankfully my background really kind of put me in a position where I knew I could do this really well. So we make sure that we source from the right manufacturers, the right fabrics. We use a lot of silks, high quality silks, heavy silks. This is 22mm silk satin. So it's a heavier weight and it's very silky as well. And actually, even though it is that composition, you would think that it would pluck, and it doesn't actually pluck. It would take a lot to kind of pluck this fabric. But I think also as well, we believe that it's also down to the consumer as well about how they look after the pieces and the garments, following the care instructions and just looking after your clothes. If you look after them, they will last longer, and that's why you need to love them and care for them. But we also use mesh fabrics. This is an Italian mesh that we source in Italy, but then we make the styles in the UK. It's a very silky mesh, which is probably one of the highest quality meshes you can find, and the reason that we use this is because we want it to wear well and it feels like second skin. It fits really well. We also use organic cottons, and actually when we're going to be taking some downtime, we're going to be looking to source more recycled fabrics. We'd love to find a recycled mesh, but at the moment the hand feel isn't quite there, so we're just going to have to keep sourcing, but we're looking at eco nylon, lots of different fabrics.
Amazing. And we've seen sneak peeks on your Instagram of the new collection that's coming.
Yeah.
What's it called and what's sort of the inspiration behind that?
Okay, so the new collection that we've just recently done a campaign for is Heirlooms, which you can check out on our website. And basically it's about product which lasts from one generation to the next and also can be passed around, shared through family members. So when you watch the film, you will see that the grandma's wearing some pieces and the granddaughter, the boyfriend's wearing pieces, the boyfriend and the brother are sharing pieces. So you can actually see this, and there's, if you can spot this as well, the cake that the grandma is sitting in front of, the years on the cake change, but actually the clothes remain. So it's about the clothing remain, the people remain, and yeah, so that's kind of what it's about. It's just about thinking about sustainability and the life cycle of a product is longer than one season.
That's such a nice story, and I'm going to watch that video because the family message seems really relevant. You have a young daughter yourself.
Yes.
River,
Yeah.
Beautiful name. How do you find it having a young child and juggling sort of being a mother, being a designer and having your own small business?
So I think motherhood overall I found quite bittersweet because you want them to grow up, you want them to be more independent, but then you feel guilty for not spending time with them, and you don't want to wish that because they grow so fast, and literally she's like 16, 17 months old now, and it's gone really fast. But it's just kind of, you become really organised with your time. I think that if I think back now to what I did in a day compared to what I do now, I think my time management skills are so much better. She's really she loves it as well. She's always wanted to look at the fabrics. She spots like bits of detail on my clothing and things that I wear. So I just kind of let her be involved a little bit if she can. I work quite a lot from home, which is a challenge in itself, but she's becoming more independent now anyway and wanting to kind of play and do her own things. But it's just about time management, I think. However, as well, I think having a child, it puts you in a position where you do care about the environment more because you consider what's going to be left when they get older, and that's kind of something that becomes really apparent when you're a parent. So although I was interested in the environment, recycling, I think I'm kinder to the environment now, having had her, as a result of being a mother, I think. So.
And would you say that she's part of the inspiration for this heirloom collection?
Yeah, I think so, yeah, because some of the pieces that we've actually brought back into the collection, I have saved some pieces for her for when she's older, like the silks, there's like a feminist shirt, and I hope one day that they can be like hanging in a vintage store and pre-loved. So yeah, I think it's an important message, and yeah, I hope she's I'm sure she will be on board with my way of thinking. But yeah, she's definitely an inspiration.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us, Alana. You can shop Conflict of Ego online at Lone Design Club or in many of our future upcoming pop-up stores. Watch this space for the new collection. We're all very excited, and thank you for watching.
Thanks, bye.